your pride is holding you back. I feel like a lot of the time we burn bridges, we sacrifice opportunities, relationships because of our pride. We can't admit when we're wrong. We can't be the bigger person and just turn the other way when there's an argument. We always have to be right. We always have to be the person to say the final word. But understanding that pride will hold you back from growth. If you can't admit that you're wrong, if you can't tell yourself, I still have a lot to learn, then there's no room for growth. It's not possible to grow if you think that you're the best at everything, if you think that you're never wrong. I'm a person who finds it hard to admit when I'm wrong. I find it hard to say the words I'm wrong and I don't know. And I've recognized that, and I try every day to be better. I try every day to say I'm wrong, and I have a lot of room to grow, a lot of room to grow. And we have to have that mentality of, yeah, I don't know everything. I'm open to learning and growing. But there's also that fine line between having no confidence in yourself, having no confidence in the things that you know, the person that you are, and being prideful, being egotistical. A lot of the times we mistake pride and confidence. You don't have to be loud. You don't always have to be right to be confident. A lot of the time we think that we have to say the last word. We have to be the loudest, the proudest in the room in order to be confident. But quiet confidence is the best kind of confidence. You let things that you do talk for themselves. A lot of the time, pride is what you say and confidence is what you do, how you carry yourself. Understanding that humility isn't thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. When people are in need, you help them. When things are going bad for another person, you're there for them. You put yourself in their shoes and you understand why they're feeling the way that they are. It's not thinking less of yourself. A lot of the times people think less of themselves because that's what they think humility is. They think humility is belittling themselves and not being the person and not being confident in who they are and the things that they've done. If you're a prideful person, or you think you're prideful, you think you're confident, there's a fine line between the two. Pride feeds ego, but humility feeds growth. Understanding that you don't know everything will help you grow in your life because you're open to learning. You know you have a lot of things to work on. And pride will only protect your ego. Pride will only protect you and that narrative in your head that, oh, I'm the best and nobody can tell me I'm wrong. I know everything and I can never do any wrong. A lot of people are like that because they think that they're perfect. They think that everything is everybody else's fault. It's never their fault. But it's not always letting people blame you, letting people walk all over you. You have to still stand up for yourselves. A lot of the time, people will let themselves get walked all over, let themselves get disrespected because they think that it's the right thing to do. They think that humility is letting people do that to you. But if that happens, you can't tolerate disrespect. You can't let people walk all over you. You have to know what you deserve, and you deserve to be treated with respect and treated fairly. So don't think that by letting people walk all over you and walking away is the same thing. If you walk away from a conversation because you know that this person has no respect, then that's okay. If you think that that's disrespectful, it's disrespectful because that person is disrespecting you. It's not disrespectful because you want to remove yourself from a disrespectful environment. It's okay to turn your cheek and walk away. The bigger person, the person who has humility, will do that. But the prideful person will stay there and will prove to the other person that, oh, you need to treat me with respect. You need to do all these things because you have to protect your own ego. You have to be that person who's always treated right. But sometimes being the bigger person, having that confidence in yourself and just walking away, leaving that situation that you're in. Pride will destroy and burn so many relationships, opportunities in your life. Pride will cause you to argue with anybody, really, and it'll get to the point where you lose people in your life. You lose opportunities in your career. You lose everything because of your pride. You couldn't admit when you were wrong. You couldn't walk away from a situation that was harmful to yourself. You had to stay there. You had to protect your own ego. But sometimes Walking away is the best thing that you can do. Confidence is walking away. Confidence is being so secured in who you are as a person that nobody can tell you who you are and who you are not. You have to be so confident in yourself that nobody can tell you that. Pride will burn bridges, sacrifice relationships, friendships, opportunities, just because you couldn't admit that you were wrong, just because you couldn't walk away from a situation. Pride is holding you back.